$600 stimulus checks may start showing up in your account as early as today. The House has passed a $2,000 stimulus check bill, and how gig workers can apply for the $10,000 EIDL grant. All that and more in today's video. Hello and welcome to the Stephen Carlson Show. I'm Stephen Carlson. I'm a tech entrepreneur, real estate investor, author, YouTuber, volunteer paramedic, and the little pain in the butt Clyde, he's down here. The Treasury Department has announced that they sent out direct deposit money and instructions to banks last night. Depending on how your local bank operates, many Americans could see their $600 per person stimulus direct deposits as early as this morning. I covered who actually gets the stimulus and how much in a previous video. The link is down in the description. At the president's urging and with biparty support, the House passed a resolution to boost the $600 that you're getting possibly as early as today, up to $2,000, hopefully next week. And they sent that over to the Senate for approval. Sadly, the Senate refused to approve that bill with unanimous consent yesterday afternoon, and that pushed it for today to have a debate and a possible vote. Hardline fiscal conservatives on the Republican side of the Senate have been steadfast against an ever-expanding national debt. However, right now, we need to recognize that people are hurting, of no fault of their own, and they need this stimulus badly. Honestly, the $2,000 per person is still a drop in the hat compared to the billions of dollars wasted on political pet projects by both parties. So why not just help the American people out just this once? With the White House and the House of Representatives agreeing on this $2,000, will we be able to put enough pressure on the Senate to actually approve this as well? Well, 2020 has been a very strange year, and honestly, who the heck knows? What will happen from one minute to the next? But I think in this case, it looks promising that we will be getting a larger stimulus check soon. But who knows? So what do you guys think? Will the Senate approve this or not? Comment down below and let me know. All right, now over to the $10,000 EIDL grant news. In a previous video, I went over my suggestions on what paperwork you should have prepared before applying for the EIDL grant or loan program through the SBA's website portal. I received many comments from people saying that they're gig workers or self-employed, and they don't have the business incorporation documents, and that led to a lot of confusion. Apologies. My intent in that video was for small businesses, either LLCs, S-Corps, or even small C-Corp type corporations. And those businesses should be registered with their state, and you should have access to all the documentation that I mentioned. If you are one of those small businesses, make sure you watch my previous video where I go into detail about exactly what you should have prepared to help expedite the EIDL process. But what if you're an independent contractor, freelancer, or gig worker? That's what I'm going to cover today. Before I go any further, a quick reminder. As my regular viewers will know, I have a team of outstanding lawyers that I keep chained up in my basement. They get a little bit rowdy whenever I make a video, and the only way to calm them down is to give a little quick disclaimer. The opinions in this video are exactly that, opinions. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a lawyer. This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. This is not tax advice. You get the point. Now, because of your unique status as an independent contractor, obviously, you will not have some of the business incorporation documents that I mentioned in the previous video. And you're also not going to have a certificate of good standing. Don't worry, that's okay. Now, on your computer, or better yet, on a Dropbox or a Google Drive, create a folder called 2020 EIDL Documents and put the following documents saved in PDF format. If you do not have a scanner to scan these documents at your home or your office, you can go to pretty much any office supply store, UPS store, FedEx, Kinko's, Office Depot, Staples, etc. They all can scan the documents for a small fee and email them to you. So here's the documents that you should have ready. Your tax returns for 2019 and possibly 2018. That's a little overkill, but it's good if you have it just in case. If you use a service like TurboTax, you can log into their website and download a PDF of your returns. If you had an accountant or bookkeeper do your taxes, check with them. They can usually give you a PDF of your returns. You should get a copy of all of your bank statements for 2020 and 2019. Highlight the amounts deposited each month that was generated from your business income. If you use a service like QuickBooks, you can also generate a profit and loss sheet that shows your 2020 numbers and a comparison to 2019 numbers. This will provide you with the percentage of economic loss that you incurred due to COVID-19. If you do not use QuickBooks or something similar to keep track of your business accounting, that's fine. You can do something as simple as a Google Docs sheet, and you can put in there your numbers for each month and show how much you brought in 2019 each month and how much you brought in 2020. This doesn't have to be very complex. Between your bank statements and your P&L, you must have a minimum of 30% loss to qualify. You should also have a scanned copy of your driver's license to prove your identity. And if you are prior military, a scanned copy of your DD-214. You can usually just have the short form, but just in case they ask for it, the long form is sometimes beneficial to have laying around anyways. Now, why should you do this? Well, if you're a veteran, you will have priority status for the first 56 days during the EIDL loan and grant process. So if you were a veteran, it's definitely worthwhile having the documentation ready to prove to the SBA so you can get put to the front of the line. Now, while I cannot provide legal advice, remember, I'm just some random dude on the internet with dogs in the studio. I'm not a lawyer. But realistically, you should have claimed your business income on your taxes in 2019. If you made money but never really told the IRS about it when you filed, it may not be a wise idea to draw attention to that income with the SBA. So on your tax returns that you're going to give the SBA, hopefully you claimed your income on there and you will have paid self-employment taxes on any profit you generated. Usually this is on a Form 1040 or a 1040-SR. Because per the IRS, any time that you had any earnings greater than $400 for the year, you must list that on there, and you're generally going to pay self-employment tax on that. I hope this clears some of these things up. In summary, if you're an LLC, an S-Corp, or a C-Corp, check out my previous video. Most of the information in that video is honestly pretty much the same for gig workers, except you, as a gig worker, will not have a corporate formation document or business license. No worry. Either way, no matter what small business class you are under, you need to get your bank statements and financials ready to show the SBA how much money you generated in 2019 and how it was at least 30% less in 2020. Don't forget to check out my video from about a few weeks ago showing how you can get the equivalent of 40 free lottery tickets every single week. Right now, this may just be more reliable than the DC Swamp to get a few extra bucks in your pocket. Or you can get 4 free stocks using Webull when you deposit $100 to your account. Get your free stocks. Hey, free stocks, that's great. The stock market is booming right now. Check out the link down below. It helps support this channel and I appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you click like and subscribe. Doing so really helps the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it, as do Bonnie and Clyde, even though they're napping. Well, now Clyde's looking up at me right now since I called his name. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.